My name is Phelan. I'm 23 and I work at a fast food joint. I first got Tinder after I broke up with a girl after being in a pretty serious relationship. And I wasn't looking for anything serious.
And when you do use Tinder, how often would you say you use it? Like daily?
When I'm single, I use it way too much. Probably every day. Yeah. And it's never gotten me anywhere. Um, not in a serious relationship capacity or in a casual hookup capacity. It's never done anything for me, really.
So even though you haven't really found it successful for you, do you think it's kind of addicting?
Definitely. There's even an aspect of it's kind of like Pokemon Go, where your goal is to just like get all the best Pokemon. Basically, you just want to match with the cutest girls, like just to feel good about yourself. There's a confidence booster there.
Would you ever feel embarrassed to say you use Tinder?
It's not really me to be embarrassed about anything, but I understand why somebody might be.
How do you think Tinder differs from other dating sites, like something like Match.com?
I think Tinder's the one that people my age use the most. I feel like Match.com is for older people, and then I feel like there's a couple shadier ones that you can go to if you're really just looking for, nasty hookups on the rig.
Why do you think it has become so popular with young people?
Same reason Snapchat has, just got lucky. It's just an app that took off. It was the first big one to do what it did.
So for you, how does meeting people on Tinder compare to you meeting people in real life?
It's a lot different. I have very good luck when talking to girls in public. I'm really good at that. I'm good at socializing, and I'm well liked generally. But on Tinder, and I have used some other dating apps, and it just never works out. There's something about my personality that you have to experience in person in order to fully understand me, appreciate me.
In what ways does your communication style change when you're talking to women on Tinder versus face-to-face?
When I'm talking to girls in person, I'm really relaxed and there's not very much pressure. I don't really feel the need to filter a lot of the things that I say. I just kind of say whatever comes to mind. It's pretty organic feeling, but when you're messaging somebody you don't know and you can't like read their expressions, I feel like I'm a lot more mechanical. I know I focus a lot on my grammar and stuff.
So if you were like looking for a serious like partner and Tinder doesn't work for you, how would you go about finding someone?
I have no idea. My age group, millennials. Either we go to bars or we meet online. That's just what we do. I don't do bars. And so either Tinder or I'm screwed.
Mm-hmm. So other than like a confidence boost, what do you feel like you get out of using Tinder?
I don't feel like I get anything out of Tinder. And in fact, I think it takes a lot out of me. And not just in a... If you match with somebody that you think you might want to meet, might want to get to know better, and they don't message you back, there is a feeling of like disappointment that outweighs the temporary confidence boost of getting matched with them initially. And then there's also the objectification side of things. Like, you are categorizing people and like putting them into two large buckets basically, and by doing that you're like, you have to like physically throw them away in order to like shovel through the people that you're not interested in. And I don't feel like that's good for human empathy.
Mm-hmm. So there is kind of like an idea about Tinder that people are on it just for casual sex generally, and I think some guys go into it assuming that about the people they match with, and they think they can basically say anything and be like, let's have sex, like let's meet up and fuck, and be kind of just crude. What do you think about that?
Well, I've used Tinder for both reasons. I've used Tinder to try and find a legitimate partner, and then I've tried just hooking up on there. And I feel like I'm pretty tactful. Like, I try my hardest to distinguish which kind of category the person might fall into. If they are posting, I'm sorry if I'm being crude, but if they're posting like really revealing photos, like lots of side boob, there's some people who just post nudes on there, and
Is that allowed?
it's not allowed, but it's something that I've seen on there. And yeah, so like, I might not go for people who post nudes, but there's definitely you definitely have to be careful about what you message to
Yeah.
different people.
And read the signs from
Yeah,
their photos and
yeah.
their bio.
Don't be an asshole. Yeah.
Yeah.